Howdy hey y'all, it's your girl, Horror Queen Cosplay. Today we're going to be talking about March's Twitch project, which was Artemis from Hades. Like most people, I absolutely fell in love with the Hades game over this past year in quarantine. I actually had bought it back when it was in previews and testings, but I never really got around to playing it until last year. And of course, I absolutely fell in love. Now, you can bet your butts that I'm going to be doing several costumes from this game. However, for Twitch's monthly project, we decided to stick with Artemis, who obviously is the goddess of the moon, and frankly is one of my personal favorites in the game. Now, luckily Artemis is a bit on the easier side in comparison to a lot of the other gods and goddesses and characters in the video game. She doesn't really have armor. She has primarily clothing pieces and, very fancy headpiece, and her classic bow and quiver, arrows, all that jazz. I did a lot of simplification just for personal comfort and for the fact that I was trying to do this in a month for Twitch, so yeah. And unfortunately, again, a lot of it had to go off stream because we had some problems on screen with one of my sewing machines. So, nervous laughter, yeah. The headpiece was done off stream just because it was so time consuming and tedious. All of the moons, both on the headpiece and on the chest that I will show you in the final videos, were casted with resin. And I used a pearlized white dye to essentially give it that kind of pearly, pretty colors that she does have in the game. The antlers were casted with actually aluminum foil covered with foam clay and then painted. The wig for Artemis is one wig from Arta Wigs, then a pack of wefts of the same color to give it that extra fluffy chunkiness. And luckily we were able to get this on stream while I was working on my Nyx wig as well for the same game. And I really wanted to have a lot of volume, but I didn't want to primarily get that volume through teasing or through crimping. I really wanted it to be solid, heavy hair. I then used a chain-looking trim to create the gold details that are seen wrapping around her braid. The dress was patterned by hand by me from a tank top that I have using a very soft knit stretch material. It's super soft, super comfortable. I love wearing it. Honestly, this costume is ridiculously comfortable, not gonna lie. The fur trim on that particular dress and on the right arm of her design is actually fur that I scrapped from a previous League of Legends costume that I did years ago, but it's something I know I'll never wear again, so, it helps to kind of reuse old costumes in quarantine. All of the brown fur on that costume, on her cloak and the other arm, was actually leftover materials that I've been using across several costumes. It's one of my personal favorite fur fabrics, and I just have several yards of it on hand, so that definitely helped bring down the cost of this costume. Fur cloak was completely, of course, drafted by me as well. We used foam clay to do a lot of tiny little moldings on those little claws that stick out of that cloak and the little balls. And we bought a lighter brown fur fabric to help create the raccoon-esque tail designs on that cloak. Now, choosing to give Artemis a cape was kind of my own artistic interpretation. She does have a shadowy, whatever, shape behind her that does look like a cape, but it's very undefined in her artwork. So I decided to buy 2 yards of some fabric from Silk Baron that was just straight up beautiful. It's color shifting green and purple. I was already buying fabric from them for Nyx, also from Hades, so I figured why not throw some extra fabric in my cart, and I'm super proud and happy with the results and how it looks. I feel so badass with that cape swishing around. it makes me happy. Now to create the quiver, I used some green pleather fabric that I had on hand for a scrap project that I never ended up doing, and I used leftover trim from a Sailor Moon Princess Serenity costume I did back in 2019. See kids, it pays to hoard, so that way you have some pretty fancy trim to create a nice little belt. The arrows were created by using some foam EVA tubes that I had left over from previous projects, and I pretty much just decorate them up to look kind of like arrows and pop them in my quiver. I didn't want to make it super detailed because again I was kind of running low, but I know when I eventually bring this costume to a convention I'll definitely get some prettier looking arrows. Finally, for her bow, I did something a little bit different. I didn't make it as long as it is in the artwork or to scale with my body. I am 5'9", so weapons tend to get a little bit bigger than, say, somebody who is 5'5", when doing things to scale. I kind of scaled it down mostly because I wanted to be able to store it easy. I wanted to be able to have it travel with me if we could ever travel again, and I wanted it to not have any problems with particular weapons checks at conventions. The bow itself, I took some little PVC pipe that I had laying around, wrapped it and molded around it with aluminum foil, just like I did with her horns, and then covered it in foam clay. After that, we painted it, and there you go. We've got a little bow looking thing. Perfect for my costume. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this video. I really do appreciate that. I know I definitely didn't get as much pretty video as possible for this costume, but I still had a blast with my Twitch community making this together. We do costume crafting streams almost every Sunday. Sometimes those get replaced by gaming streams or other real life stuff, but most Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on my Twitch channel, Horror Queen Cosplay, we do crafting streams just like this, and I try to do a new project every month with my community. And doing Artemis was really, really fun. I loved the game. I felt so badass and also comfortable as heck in that costume. I cannot wait to do more characters from this game. I absolutely cannot wait to bring this to a potentially a location shoot outside of where I live, and maybe even to a convention if at all possible. It was a really nice little project for me, and I had an absolute blast making her. We also decided to play Hades in this costume, so here are a couple highlights and clips from that stream. Enjoy! Thank you again so much for making it to the end of this video, and special thank you to everybody on Twitch, all of my followers, all of my subscribers, everybody who just came, watched, whether y'all lurked or y'all chatted with me the whole time and distracted me. I love each and every one of you. You guys are what helps support me and make costumes like Artemis here possible. Also, thank you to people here on YouTube for watching, liking, but hopefully subscribing, all of that jazz. Thank you guys so much. I hope that this video was entertaining for you and maybe even inspiring as well. I love seeing and meeting other cosplayers from the same games or even the same characters as me, so hey, if you're also a fellow Hades cosplayer, drop it in the comments. Let me know. I want to see your Hades cosplays. We've got a Twitch community link down below, and I'm also on Instagram and TikTok at Horror Queen Cosplay and Twitter at Horror Queen Cos. Seriously, I want to see everybody's Hades costumes. Like, oh, that's all I want in life. So thank you so much again for watching this video. I really do appreciate it if you made it all the way to the end. And I hope to see y'all soon for April's project. Bye!